Now on CoastTV News.
A Black History Month event, what was shared and how this history involved the first state. An emergency landing from 2 DSU aviation students. We have the good news of their conditions.
Well, the steady precip has exited, and now we're dealing with some fog across the peninsula, but we are going to be seeing dry, breezy conditions into Super Bowl Sunday before we kick off an active week ahead. We're talking the threat of accumulating snow. I'll have the latest timing in my full forecast.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Brandon Ferguson and welcome to Coast TV News at 11. Tonight we begin with the Tuskegee Airmen, a presentation sharing the history of the Tuskegee Airmen at the Milford Public Library. The event is a part of the Milford Museum American History Series. Coast TV News reporter Zacchaea Jennings shows us how the history ties back into Delaware.
Presentation about the Tuskegee Airmen and their contributions to America, presented to a room full of people. Thomas Summers, director of the Milford Museum, shared why it was important to talk about this part of history.
We think the Tuskegee Airmen is really an important part of American history, and it's an important part of World War II.
Andre Swigert presented the slideshow to the room full of people. Swigert is the chapter secretary for the John H. Porter First State Chapter of Tuskegee Airmen. He says the Tuskegee Airmen proved points then that are still important today.
I think these guys in particular really showed that if you can do the work and demonstrate that, sooner or later you're going to break down barriers that are there. And there are still barriers today. And we need to be inspired across the board to make sure that we don't forget what these guys did.
President of the John H. Porter First State Chapter of Tuskegee Airmen, Fred Armstrong, was personally touched by the Tuskegee Airmen because he had the privilege of meeting them, including John H. Porter, who was one of the airmen who ended up being stationed at Dover Air Force Base. He was also Armstrong's neighbor. Armstrong encourages people to learn more about their history.
Whether you're a child or an older adult, you'll find out about history and how it was made from Delaware, the first state.
The presentation ended with a slideshow of the heroes that served that are from the first state. Many of those who served had ties to Georgetown, Milford, Harbison, Bridgeville, and Dover. In Milford, I'm Zacchaea Jennings, Coast TV News.
Now continuing to celebrate Black History Month on the coast, the Rehoboth Beach Black American Film Festival is back for its 5th year, running February 21st through the 23rd at the Cinema Art Theater in Lewis. The festival will showcase award-winning films and receptions are set to start at 6 p.m. On your screen now is a DSU student aviation plane that had to emergency land after the Delaware River and Bay authorities say on the approach to runway 9. The plane ran out of fuel, causing it to land and then flip over onto the grass. According to Carlos Holmes, director of news services at DSU, thankfully both students suffered only minor injuries in the emergency landing, and they were evaluated at local hospitals and are now resting at home. The National Transportation Safety Board announced today workers have recovered all major pieces of wreckage from that mid-air collision near Reagan at National Airport. Workers first removed the victims from the crash scene, and then they have spent this week clearing debris. The NTSB is storing the wreckage at an airport facility so investigators can try to determine what exactly caused the collision. And time is running out for those looking to run for Delaware School Board. The deadline to file for the election is Friday, March 7th. Candidates must be at least 18 years old, live in the district they seek to represent, and pass a background check. Seats are open in Cape Penelope and the Delmar School District, also the Indian River and Laurel School District, and finally the Seaford and Woodbridge School District. For a full breakdown of requirements to run and other county openings, visit the article listed on CoastTV.com. And on your screen now is where Delaware State Police are investigating a deadly crash. It happened early this morning on Westville Road near Mahan Corner Road. Troopers say a 66-year-old man lost control of his Chevrolet Silverado, hitting utility box and trees. He was rushed to a nearby hospital where he later died. Troopers are asking anyone with information of this crash to contact Delaware Crime Stoppers. And we now take a live look into Dover, and our first alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono joins us now. And Chris, a little rain today and a little snow.
Oh yeah, we had a little bit of everything falling out of the sky. It was really a nasty day. Didn't see much in the way of accumulation as far as anything frozen is concerned. We had some steadier rain that pushed through this evening. All the steadiest moisture is now lifted to the north, dealing with a lot of low-level moisture, some fog, very raw out there. Boy, they picked up a couple inches in New York City tonight. Pretty crazy there as this area of low pressure pushes up to the north, and you can see some moisture back off to the west. It's kind of falling apart. As I mentioned, fog beginning to develop. You can see visibility down to 4 miles in Salisbury and as well as Georgetown. And you can see those foggy conditions from our camera here in Salisbury. But the good news is we're going to be drying out, but we're going to be turning breezy into our Super Bowl Sunday with temperatures in the 40s. Then things change as we roll into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of this week. A very active stretch of weather beginning with Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday. Could be dealing with a period of accumulating snow. Then we'll see that snow transition to rain, and then a 1-2 punch with the snow and then rain, some heavy rain possible Wednesday into Thursday before we dry things out by the end of the week. So as I mentioned, tomorrow starting off with some clouds, but then we'll see increasing sunshine throughout the day. Breezy, some winds gusting as high as 35 miles an hour. We'll talk more about the snow threat coming up later this week, coming up in my full 7-day forecast a little bit later on in the newscast.
Some people share their support for sports teams by wearing jerseys or decorating. I know I do. But John takes his fandom more seriously. You may remember John on CoastTV 2 years ago. That's right, the last time the Eagles went to the Super Bowl. Well, he's back again at Broadkill Tattoo Company for this year's big game. CoastTV asked John if he was scared of jinxing the win tomorrow, but he says getting the tattoo early is all part of his ritual for the Birds to win.
This is going to help to win. Joe does his own mojo too. That's what I was saying. I was trying to think of something. We had to get something done. Yeah. But we are going to definitely be win this time. Okay. The Chiefs are not going to do it 3 times.
This ink marks the 5th Eagles-themed tattoo for John, but he says his favorite is still his first. And now to the Super Bowl. As New Orleans prepares to host Super Bowl 59 tomorrow, an extensive security plan is underway to keep players and fans safe. President Donald Trump and former First Lady Jill Biden will also be attending the big game, which means more security. Jen Sullivan shows us the increased security measures.
New Orleans is getting ready to host Super Bowl 59, the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And while crews are putting the finishing touches on the field, law enforcement is taking every precaution on the streets.
We are going to have approximately 2,000 law enforcement officers throughout this week.
With 73,000 fans expected at the game, law enforcement says they'll have eyes in the skies with drones and helicopters, as well as street barricades and even boats in the river to patrol.
I have never seen this level of security in the city of New Orleans in all of my years.
The Super Bowl comes just weeks after New Year's Day celebrations in New Orleans were marred by a deadly terror attack. A man driving his truck into a crowd of people on Bourbon Street before being fatally shot by police. 14 people were killed and dozens more injured.
It was a horrible, reprehensible act.
Eric DeLawn with the Department of Homeland Security says that attack made them reassess their security plans, including bringing more federal law enforcement into the city. The New Year's Day attack raised questions as to why the city didn't have functional street barricades to protect the crowd celebrating, which is why they're ramping up security even more ahead of the Super Bowl.
We also have a national response team that will be on the ready and on standby, ready to respond if anything should happen.
Adding to the heightened safety concerns, President Donald Trump will be attending the big game, according to the White House. Former First Lady Jill Biden also expected to attend. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Well, we saw a high of 36 degrees today. We're going to be about 10 degrees warmer come tomorrow, and then we see things change in a big way as we roll into next week. We're talking the threat of more snow. I'll break it all down coming up here in minutes.
After the break, we have a full breakdown of everything that happened on Delmarva this week. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
Because of Pam's rehab team, that has helped me meet my goals of taking a shower after 4 years. If Pam rehab team can help me meet my goals, I'm pretty sure they can help you get yours.
Navigating life after illness or injury is a challenging time filled with uncertainties. At Pam Health Rehabilitation Hospital, we provide high-quality inpatient and outpatient post-acute care that'll help you rebuild your life. It's all about gains. Gain your movement, gain your independence, gain your life back. Pam Health Rehabilitation Hospital, the highest level of care with 3 locations to better meet your needs.
Are you overwhelmed with the stress of moving? Budget Movers can help. We offer full-service packing and moving all along the East Coast for your commercial and residential needs. We are always ready to provide you with a fast and easy moving process.
Budget Movers is unbelievable. Not only did they move our house, but they moved both of our businesses too. 10 guys showed up and they were in and out in less than 3 hours.
So hire me and make your move worry-free. Budget Movers, taking the stress out of moving.
From eggs prices soaring to utility prices doubling. There was a lot going on this week here on the coast, and Charlie Sakaitis has a look at our week in review.
Monday, some communities along the coast took part in the national A Day Without Immigrants protest, where Hispanic people were encouraged to stay home from work, stay out of stores, even stay out of school. It's in response to new deportation policies being pushed by the Trump administration. Tuesday, CoastTV reported on high utility bills, some even doubling what people expect on average. But Delmarva Power says there are no new charges and claim the overall increases are weather-related, as in it's being cold and people are using more power for heating. Wednesday, we learned that the cost of parking your boat in Ocean Pines could be going up. Slip fees are looking at a 10 to 12% increase in the marina. If Ocean Pines approves the increase, it will then go into effect in May. Thursday, egg prices continue to soar, and that is hitting businesses and pocketbooks on Delmarva. A representative from Lloyd's Market tells us that 2 of their 4 suppliers have no eggs to give them over the past few weeks, and that is leading to more expensive options. Some diners even adding a surcharge for each egg you order. All of this heavily related to the bird flu outbreak. And Friday, just ahead of that big game Sunday, we heard from a pair of brothers, the Johnsons, who got their love of the game and their passion for sport from their father. And now, 2 years after his passing, the Eagles are still one of the things that brings the family together. With your Week in Review, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
Well, as we get set for the big game tomorrow, maybe doing a little brunch tomorrow morning, all this drizzle and fog will be long gone. Plenty of sunshine, but winds will be kicking up through the afternoon. Could gust as high as 35 miles an hour. We'll talk about that snow threat coming up next week when CoastTV News at 11 continues.
Now it's time for Roofer of the Day. Led by Tyler Hershey, the crew at Hershey Exteriors came out with a strong game plan. It all started with excellent coverage, highlighted by an equipter and protective netting. But Hershey didn't stop there. When they spotted any openings in the roof, boom! They closed the gaps, keeping the home safe from any leaks. And they provide a free Golden Pledge warranty that's backed by GAF. Now that's a game changer. If you need a roof, I'd go with Hershey Exteriors, because life is sweeter with Hershey Exteriors.
A wet crawl space is a lurking hazard, inviting mold, rot, and structural worries. The answer is Brazier's Crawl Space Encapsulation. Our specialist tailors the solution to your exact crawl space. Our expert team cleans and upgrades your crawl space into a pristine, protected environment, and we only use April Air dehumidifiers. Reliable and robust, complete with a 5-year warranty. Take the first step to a drier, safer home. Call Brazier's or visit our website. Your peace of mind is just one call away.
Cosmetic dentistry is providing patients with the smile they've always dreamed of. Becoming accredited in the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry has allowed me to provide our patients with just that. I've achieved the highest level of training in cosmetic dentistry. There's only 400 or so dentists that have been accredited since 1986. Come see me. I'm excited to help you achieve the smile of your dreams.
Schedule your free consultation with De Palma Dental in Berlin, Maryland today.
How many bottles of water do you drink every day? Wish you could get an endless supply of bottle-quality water right at your sink? You can with Shore Water Refining. For about $2 a day, you'll never need to buy another bottle of water. Our reverse osmosis system will take up less room than one case and save you time and money. And as a bonus, we'll install an emergency shutoff valve under your sink to protect you while you're away. Absolutely free. Call or visit us online at shorewaterde.com today to get started.
Well, today and tonight, definitely good movie days across Delmarva, as we had just a mixed bag of precipitation across the area. The good news is that is all has exited. We're dealing with some mist right now, some fog. We're actually at 39 degrees in Ocean City. In fact, we already hit our lows. Temperatures are gradually going to be rising here through the overnight, falling into the lower 40s. You can see we are clear of any steady rainfall. We had some snowflakes. We had some sleet. You can see some light freezing rain extending right along the PA Turnpike through Philadelphia into South Jersey. New York City picked up a couple inches of snow tonight. See the front back off to the west. That's kind of falling apart. This area of low pressure off the coast is lifting to the northeast. You can see temperatures right now are above the freezing mark, so we're not going to have any concerns with any refreezing. And as I mentioned, we're seeing some fog out there. Visibility is down to about 4 miles, down to 2 there in Salisbury. We do have small craft advisories up for the Atlantic side as well as the Chesapeake Bay side through about 6 o'clock tomorrow. It'll be a breezy Super Bowl Sunday, but we are going to see sunnier skies by the afternoon. And then we talk about the threat for accumulating snow. Yeah, right, it's still winter as we go into Tuesday into Wednesday. So as I mentioned, we already hit our lows for the day. We're going to see those temperatures kind of hang out in the mid-40s overnight. Tomorrow, we're up 48 in Georgetown. We'll see 43, Rehoboth Beach, 46 in Easton. Breezy day, winds gusting as high as 25 to 35. Pocomoke City, 48. There's those winds out of the northwest tomorrow, 30, 35 miles an hour, and then they will subside as we push into your Monday. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow afternoon, and then beautiful day on Monday, really the calm before the storm. Clouds increase into Monday night ahead of that storm system that will bring snow to the area. There's our 5-day precipitation chances really ramp up Tuesday through Thursday. Right now we're thinking storm 1. We have that red alert Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Most of Delmarva looks to see accumulation. Could be dealing with some mixing at the coast, and then we have that yellow alert in effect Wednesday through Thursday for primarily rain. This is Tuesday at 2 p.m. You can see primarily snow throughout much of Delmarva, and some heavy snow at that is the Tuesday night, but there's that line creeping up, that warmer air trying to filter in at the coast, but we're pretty much all snow from about Sussex County on northward. Then as we go into Wednesday, a milder storm as this low pushes right over Delmarva. We could be dealing with some heavier rain Wednesday night into Thursday, and then we dry things out into Valentine's Day. The big day tomorrow is Super Bowl Sunday. We have that red alert in play for Tuesday for the accumulating snow. We dry things out for all the sweethearts out there on Valentine's Day with a temperature of 39 degrees.
Thank you, Chris. And researchers say it was the hottest January on record. That's speaking from a global perspective. Carbon emissions reached record highs in both 2023 and 2024. And that's what's making scientists think maybe something aside from carbon emissions is also helping boost temperatures. Now moving to the Trump administration tariffs. Trump has reinstated a tariff loophole for certain cheap shipments for now. The provision allows packages worth less than $800 to enter the country duty-free. The administration delayed a suspension of the provision until U.S. officials have systems to properly process and collect tariff revenue. The executive order did not say how long this delay would last. Now to how the tariffs specifically against China could affect the U.S. The recently imposed 10% tariff on Chinese imports could make your next smartphone cost more. But that's not guaranteed. It may be a while before smartphone prices start to rise, and those higher costs might not sting as much as expected. The phone you may want may already be in the U.S. If the tariffs impact phone prices, some analysts say consumers won't likely see these price increases until the fall or the holiday season. A federal judge has restricted the Elon Musk-led government efficiency team from accessing a critical Treasury Department payment system. The order was issued early this morning, and it stops the access temporarily and demands the destruction of any downloaded information. The suit alleges that the team led by Musk and young staffed associates categorized as special government employees have been unlawfully granted access to the system that was previously restricted to government employees. And this is a statement from Delaware Attorney General Kathy Jennings about the ruling against Musk, saying in part, quote, "This was a flagrant violation of Delawareans' privacy, and I'm grateful to the court for taking quick and decisive action to protect our state," unquote. And Elon Musk says he has no plans to buy TikTok. The CEO of X, Tesla, and SpaceX said he had not put in a bid to buy the social media site and said even if he owned TikTok, he's not exactly sure what he would do with it. The Chinese-owned app was set to be banned over national security concerns on January 20th, but President Trump gave the site's owners 75 days to sell TikTok to an American buyer or have it shut down. And in prison, reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley are hoping President Trump can help them. The couples are serving long sentences in prison after a jury found them guilty of conspiring to defraud Atlanta area banks out of more than $30 million in fake loans. The jury also convicted them of tax evasion, and that was back in 2022. And now lawyers for the couple say they plan to reach out to President Trump and ask them for a pardon. Coming up, the Food Bank of Delaware is hoping to score big by combining sports passion with community support to fight hunger. That's up next.
I've needed a new left hip for about 15 years. The last 2 cortisone shots I got were bone on bone, and they didn't last 6 months. They lasted maybe a month. I was in a lot of pain. The staff at the Joint Surgery Center at Atlantic General Hospital were incredibly helpful. I was back to work 2 days short of a month, which I found amazing. You learn to trust people when you get good care.
Start your journey to relief today. Atlantic General Hospital, expert care every day.
Pulling up to a great-looking home is nice. Curb appeal is important. But here on the coast, even more important is dock appeal. At T&G Builders, if you can dream it, we can create it. For uncompromising quality, contact T&G Builders to design and build your coastal dream home. Over 30 years of integrity, empathy, and love. T&G Builders, the sign of quality. Visit us online at tg-builders.com.
It had been an ongoing issue with the ductboard that's underneath the home, a rancid odor, and I said, I'm calling Above and Beyond, and Braden successfully eliminated all this odor. I have no more allergies. No more runny eyes. It's all gone thanks to this air scrubber. This is why I called Above and Beyond. One of the reasons that I went with Above and Beyond services is because I believe in this product, definitely. It's a lifesaver. I can breathe. I'm so much healthier.
At Coast Country, we're more than just music. We're a part of Delmarva's heart. Every month, Coast Country Cares, together with Spicer Brothers, steps up to serve our community. We're here helping local organizations and supporting our neighbors all year round. Join us in making a difference. Stay tuned to learn where we'll be next or visit coastcountry.com to see how you can be a part of our mission. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers, because we're Delmarva proud.
The Super Bowl is tomorrow, and with football, often comes food. But many people across the state experience food insecurity. A different kind of Super Bowl is working to change that. The Food Bank of Delaware in Milford is collecting soup cans that will go toward their healthy pantry centers that serve more than 100 people each day. One volunteer says soup makes perfect sense.
It's very nutritious, it's something that everyone likes, and of course it's cold out, so it's something that's very appealing to the folks who come through here at the Healthy Pantry. We try to encourage people to donate food that's healthy and that's easy to prepare.
The food bank's goal is to collect 2,025 pounds of soup, all by February 17th. And when you walk in the Philly Pretzel Factory in Rehoboth Beach, you get hit with a wave of fresh baked pretzel smell and undeniable Philly fandom. The Lennoxes have owned the shop for 3 years now, and this is their second Eagles Super Bowl. And all hands are on deck for the big game tomorrow.
We're not denying no orders. We're trying to get everybody in. We'll have a full crew working of 15 people, so we're ready to go. We're ready for an Eagles win and happy customers.
Fans of other teams can go to the Philly Pretzel Factory, and even Chiefs fans may enter at their own risk. And now we're going to another Pennsylvania team. The NFL is heading to Ireland later this year. The National Football League announced the Pittsburgh Steelers will be the home team at this game, and it's not the first time the NFL has played a game in Ireland, nor is it the first time for the Steelers. The team played the Chicago Bears all in the Emerald Isle in 1997, but that was just a preseason game, so this does mark a first time for a regular season matchup. And the former interpreter for Major League Baseball star Shohei Ohtani was sentenced Thursday for stealing millions of dollars. Ippei Mitsuhara pled guilty last year to bank and tax fraud. He illegally transferred nearly $17 million from Ohtani's bank account to pay off his own gambling debts. Authorities say this was done without Ohtani's knowledge or permission. Mitsuhara was sentenced to nearly 5 years in prison, and he was ordered to pay restitution to Ohtani and the IRS. He must surrender to federal authorities by March 24th. And after the break here on Coast TV News at 11, we have a final check on your forecast.
The doctors of Delmarva Chiropractic take great pride in offering the finest, most individualized care to their patients and stay on the cutting edge of healthcare and clinical interventions. As winners of Coastal Style and Metropolitan Magazine's Best Chiropractors for 7 years in a row, Doctors Lane, Brown, and Taylor help with conditions such as back pain, sciatica, headaches, concussions, dizziness, and much more. The clinic also offers laser therapy, decompression, acupuncture, and custom orthotics. Call Delmarva Chiropractic today and take the first step toward achieving your maximum potential.
Are you suffering from hair loss? Maybe you need to cut a few pounds. Ready to start dating again? Well, here at East Coast Plumbing, Heating, and Air, we can help you with none of that.
But what we can help you with is plumbing repairs, drain cleaning, tub and showers, water heaters, air conditioning, heat pumps, gas furnaces, and sewer and water main replacements. Stop dealing with chamois that don't work and call Delmarva's top service provider.
East Coast Plumbing, Heating, and Air! Or find us online at eastcoastplumbing247.com. Forget about it.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico.
Dark, shadowy spaces can make your home feel small and outdated. Recessed lighting changes everything. It brightens your space, enhances your style, and even saves you money with energy-efficient options. At Expert Wire, we specialize in installing recessed lights that fit your needs, whether it's a cozy, dimmable ambiance or bright task lighting. With expert installation and commitment to quality, we'll make sure every corner of your home shines. Call Expert Wire today or visit expertwire247.com. Leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
Monday at 4 on Coast Life. Explore the first building in Delaware and step back in time in the first town. Then we're giving you a sneak peek at an upcoming wedding expo filled with the latest trends. Monday at 4 on Coast TV.
The Super Bowl is tomorrow and the predictions are plentiful. Iowa's Blank Park Zoo left the guessing to its tiger Misha, and she's calling for a three-peat. I know Chris and all the Eagles fans, close your ears on that one. The 13-year-old tiger was offered 2 treat-filled boxes decorated for each team, and Misha sniffed the boxes and then devoured the Chiefs box, signifying her pick. And again, I'm sorry for all of our Eagles fans out there, but officials at the zoo say the animals there have a pretty good track record of picking the winners, getting it right 11 out of 14 times, Chris.
Oh, man. Maybe they had better food. Maybe there's different food in that one. I don't know. Anyway, we have a live look into Ocean City. We're dealing with some low clouds out there, some fog beginning to develop, especially across Salisbury and portions of Georgetown. 39 right now in Ocean City. Temperatures are going to gradually rise through the overnight. Tomorrow, Super Bowl planner looking pretty nice. A chilly night. 38 by kickoff and 33. Hopefully, we're all happy by postgame. Hopefully, I'm happy by postgame. 443-880-9100 for your latest forecast. We have that red alert in play for Tuesday for the threat of accumulating snow Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. We are going to see a round of rain Wednesday night into Thursday. An active week ahead, Brandon, but a cold and looks like pretty nice Valentine's Day at 39.
Nice day there on Friday, but thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Saturday Night Live starts right now. Have a great night.